Hey guys, this is Anon with another video today. I had been getting a lot of requests to do some gameplay of the STB-1, the Japanese medium tank. I just finished my 100 games in this tank, and I've actually gotten quite a few masteries in it. Actually, a ton of masteries in it because it doesn't take a huge total right now. But for some reason kept forgetting to hit record during those. So you get a couple today, and some good stuff happens throughout the games. For some reason, this first game didn't record audio. Must have had a bug in there at some point, so unfortunately you're stuck just with the sound of my voice. I hope it's not as painful to you as it is to me. So, on Black Goldville, and come up in this mid-range here, just to try and get some early spots. Frequently I'll push up a little bit farther than this, but with the low hull armor on the STB, I don't want to push it too much. So instead I'm able to get that spot on the Patton exactly like I wanted to and back up so I don't get spotted. The STB has really pretty fantastic view range and camo, but isn't so great with the accuracy and that hull armor as a lot of us know already. So get another nice lucky shot on the Patton, and starting to see how red pops up to the right. Now I'm paying a little bit more attention because on the mini-map a red pops up kind of directly behind me in town, and I would certainly not like to start getting sniped by him. So I'm going to hold in for now, especially because this E50 is by me, and my camo keeps resetting also. So as long as I don't get spotted, I don't have too much to worry about. It's just something I need to be aware of. So start to move up here a little bit because they're clearly not going to push caves. Can turn and get the nice finishing shot on the Patton to give us the leg up. Well, should have been an early leg up, but we had already lost a tank too. So I pop over to the other side of this ridge just because I can't see any of the stuff in town, and so that's going to make sure that I can't get sniped by the guys lingering down there. So I'm trying to just use this ridge and the great gun depression that the STB has to try and get some sneak shots on this Jagdpanzer. And unfortunately get a misfire there. I tend to do that a lot. That's just my thing. I brush that fire button sometimes. So load the heat, and this is exactly the situation I was hoping for when I rolled up on this Jagdpanzer. He doesn't have the gun depression, and I'm so protected by this hill that he's not getting any shots on me, so it's letting me reload, use my gun depression, pop up, and hit the weak spots with heat. It's a lot of heat to use, but to get rid of a big gun like this, it's certainly worth it. I can see now that red is pushed through town and starting to come up on the right side, but as far as I can tell right now, this Jagdpanzer is isolated, so I want to stay focused on that to get rid of a big gun. I have a couple RNG issues here. With a couple shots in a row, just something that happens at tier 10. So now I'm thinking, alright, he's totally alone. Let's rush down and get rid of this kill. As soon as I pop down, here's a Star Destroyer to my right. Luckily, he can't see me, or he's looking somewhere else. So I want to immediately pop down because I know his gun can't get low enough to shoot me if I come up or behind the Jagdpanzer here. So starting to turn around, keeping the game pretty tied. And kind of peeking back over the hill, I just want to find out where this Star Destroyer's gone. And luckily he's still pretty focused on my teammates here. So again, it lets me use the good gun depression to work the side of this hill, and luckily he's focused on someone else anyway, so I can work my array around, and I know he's not going to make it. The E75 isn't quite so smart and walks right out in front of his gun. Not something you want to do against this tank destroyer. So 3 versus 3, another little RNG issue here, but it's also this gun. The gun on this tank just doesn't have really great accuracy. You're going to miss some shots, but the mobility and advantages you get in this tank are great. So now we're down 1, and I can know the mouse is to my right, fighting an E5. IS-8, I remembered, was in this situation, so I decided to bug out and try and circle back around because I was really in a pretty bad position. The E5 is still coming up behind me, but I'd rather take a shot from the IS-8 if I have to than the E5, so I trade a shot to get it. I'm still screaming up. Unfortunately, that E5 is able to hit me, but the whole point with this whole maneuver was to kind of relocate with this mouse. He's got full health, he's got lots of hit points, and honestly, he's so large, he's like a moving blockade for me. So I can, if I can keep him alive, it puts us in a really great situation. So I'm helping him with this STI because I know the E5 is going to take a second to get up here. Mouse is getting good shots on him. I'm just trying to stay protected using the little mounds here. I have enough turret armor to bounce some stuff if I need to. So this is pretty much working exactly the way I wanted it to when I came up here. So can pop a shot in the E5, but I didn't get backed up quite fast enough, so he gets me to a one-shot. My whole goal now is to stay alive to protect this mouse, because without me, there's a good chance he can get circled at E5's quick enough, but with me, it keeps us in good shape. So I'm working my way back and forth around these rocks, just watching the gun on the E5. Anytime he shoots, I'm going to pop down and put a shell into him, just like that, so I can roll back, get a shot on him, roll right back over, because there's no way I'm going to let him kill me at this point. And honestly, with this much health on the mouse, it makes it kind of an easy finish. I'm moving around a lot, but he didn't have a whole lot of chance unless he was able to take that mouse out. So nice finish. Shows off a lot of nice highlights, I think, with this tank. I mean, the gun depression and the mobility is really where it shines, and I was able to kind of use that a lot. Even though with the bad accuracy, you'll suck up damage pretty quick. You just got to keep that gun working and keep the tank moving around. Okay, so here we are on Canal, and I'm platooned with D. Dumbeck. He's in Object 268. This video, you get sound back, which is exciting, but this video I like. It's actually kind of a roll, but I like it for some other reasons also. The battle starts really slow as I'm kind of assessing where everyone's going and what's happening, so I don't fire a whole lot at the beginning, just trying to keep track of what's happening early on in the battle. So it's a good example, I think, of if red isn't pushing you, especially where they are strong, it's okay to take your time and let them make mistakes instead of pushing in and sacrificing tanks. So again, that's why I kind of like it. So start in this southeast corner as you do, using the great camo rating here, just trying to see what happens. Our team splits up, which is never something I'm super excited about, but we'll work with it nonetheless. No reason to go rushing out, just trying to see who spots who first. IS-7 pops up on the far side, so I assume the team flanked, but then we see the Jagdpanzer, so I know that's not necessarily the case. No reason to push on him yet, because he's going to have to come over that cliff to get any shots, so I'm kind of reassessing. I see the T-62 pop up to our right, so I'm kind of giving him a look, and there I misfire. Again, 2 games in a row. I do that too often. I don't know what my deal is with that. So trying to sneak a couple shots on him so he doesn't completely flank our guys, but I can also see based on the map that they have come around that northern edge, and so they shouldn't have too much problem. I can get a snapshot on this Star Destroyer that pops up instead. And so now I can see how this battle is unfolding. We've got 2 red to the north that are fighting our 3 tanks, and our 3 tanks are winning pretty handily. The T-62 is trying to flank them, but again, they're rolling so heavily there that this front now, because we're so undermatched, it's 4 versus 3 essentially, that I need to be a little bit more careful on this side. They aren't pushing hard either, so it lets me work these ridges and stay fairly concealed. Dumbeck's right behind me, so he can give support if any of them pops over the ridge. And so now that we've started to win that north side, the battle's going to heat up a little bit. The 54 rushes, so I put a shot in him, but I really want to get rid of the Star Destroyer, so pop up and finish him off. Use heat, because I don't want to risk it. And he, the T-54, gets big eyes and thinks he's going to be able to circle my platoon mate. I ram him here, not because I want to do damage, because obviously I didn't do too well in that exchange, but I wanted to stop his circle, and so it lets my teammate not take another shot from him. So pop back up. Obviously we're already winning this pretty handily right now, but we're still don't have a big numbers advantage on this side of the map. So and they're really, really large guns on the other side. So no reason to take any risks. Just popping up, using the gun depression, trying to get shots. Take an ill-advised shot here with the APCR. I should have loaded heat. That's not a high average shot there. And unfortunately, he gets my teammate. But again, a great example why we didn't need to rush it. So now we're 2-2 on this side. We have teammates, but they're extremely far away. So you can't really count on that being help anytime soon. The T-54 rushes the Jagdpanzer, but I don't need to get circled by this tortoise and have us get picked off. So I decided to put him in a circle instead. Nice little move to get behind him. A little bit of RNG, of course, because shooting in that corner. And so now our team is finally starting to catch up, but we've got ourselves in a really good situation. Paying attention just to what the team is saying. If I see a help notification from the 54, I might have pushed over, but he's clearly got him in good position. So I'm just keeping the tortoise off of him, and obviously this isn't a big skill maneuver here, just shooting him as he drives away, but... and obviously the easy kill here. So, like I said, it's not the most magical, heaviest carry game that you'll ever see. Certainly not for me, like the one hit point leave there. But a good example of just not forcing the issue also, while still using the advantages of a tank like the STB that can really work the ridge lines. I didn't take a lot of early shots because I was able to utilize those advantages and keep us alive at the end, where it could have gotten evened up in a hurry. So, little demonstration on the STB, and have fun.